G'day everyone, and welcome back to another ET Updates episode where we just got the reveal, or I guess the showcase, of the Nintendo Switch 2. And I got a few thoughts. So I've got IGN article up here, and I guess I'll go through it, sort of outline what was revealed during this presentation, and give my thoughts and feelings on everything going about. So let's do that. So first order of business is the release date, price, hardware, features, and accessories for the Switch 2. So this is quite a broad category that I hope to cover here. So let's quickly get into that. So first, release date. The release date is the 5th of June, 2025. So that's only in a couple months from now. That's really close. Closer? Actually, I think I was expecting a June release date, a winter or summer for most of the world, but winter release date seems pretty appropriate for a piece of hardware like this. Kind of gets into the winter holiday kind of time frame, and it will cost $450 US for the base model. So here in Australia, that is 700 Australian dollars. And it's also coming in a bundle with the new Mario Kart World game that will be 770 Australian dollars. And I'll talk more about Mario Kart when we get to that segment of the article, but that's a lot of money. Yeah, I mean, I pre-ordered it. Like, Australian retailers did pre-orders as pretty much as soon as the presentation was over, so I got my pre-order in. I'll be getting the Switch on launch day, and I'm sure I'll give my thoughts to you people. But yeah, no, it's a lot of money. I was willing to go up to $800, and it just barely scraped in at 770. So yeah, not particularly happy about the price. Could have been worse. But it's like, as much as it costs to get a fucking PS5, like, you can get a PS5 Slim with Astro Bot bundled together with the disc drive for like $724 Australian. So, I don't know. It's a bit much, I think. But hey, I'm a shill. I'll buy it anyway, because fucking of course. Pre-orders for the US, I believe, begin April 9th, so that is a few days from now. As I said, Australian pre-orders already opened. I've already secured myself a console, and I'll be able to pick that up on launch day. Alright, so Nintendo Switch 2 revealed that it has 4K support. It's 4K monitor support up to 60 frames per second at 4K mode, and up to 120 frames per second in other quality modes. That is really surprising. It's kind of, in my opinion, it's kind of overkill. Like, I don't think there's going to be many games that'll be able to hit that 120 frame cap, except for maybe like smaller indie titles. I think Metroid Prime 4 was shown to have a 120 performance mode, which is really impressive, but I don't know how many people are gonna sort of use that feature, I guess. It seems like a bit much, but hey, if it was a cheap enough component to source, then like, we're only better off for it. The Switch 2 launches with 256 gigabytes of internal storage, which is a massive improvement on the 32 gigabytes that it previously had. Well, the Switch 1 had. It's like, they said 8 times the size, which is fantastic. But it is not exactly modern standard. Games are pretty big now. And later on, I'll talk about some of the games that are going to be launching with the Switch, and a few of them already are like, oh, this requires internet download to play the games. Like, fucking, what's the point of a physical release? Then, you know, but it is what it is. Switch 2 only supports express micro SD cards instead of regular micro SD cards, which means whichever ones you bought for your Switch 1, fuck them, they're not gonna work. I assume this is because Nintendo is trying to catch up with the rest of the industry, fast loading times, or like pretty much eliminating loading times. I don't think that's what this will achieve, but it'll definitely be a lot faster than what we currently have. And it's probably also going to improve loading times for Switch 1 games that you play on your Switch 2, because in the developer, like Ask the Developer article that they put up on the website, they kind of discussed how it's not exactly hardware, it's not Switch 1 hardware that they're running the Switch backwards compatible games off of. It's kind of a combination of hardware and software, more like a real-time translation of the software. So yeah, loading times seem to be a bit improved in older titles, and performance in some cases where frame rate and resolution isn't capped. Big feature, we knew about this before, but the Joy-Cons connect magnetically to the system. Hopefully that reduces a couple fail points that the Switch 1 tended to have. I know the rails got kind of dodgy on a few people's Switch 1 units. I guess we'll see how that plays out, but the magnets seem to be a good solution. They seem quite sturdy, and they still have that satisfying snap that the old Switch had with the rails. And the cartridges look pretty much the same, except they're red. I was kind of expecting them to do a little thing, like a little plastic notch like they did on the 3DS cartridges to prevent people from putting Switch 2 cartridges in their old Switch 1s, but I guess they're just kind of assuming that people are smart enough not to try, and if they do try, it'll come up with like an error message, I imagine, so should be fine. As part of a large segment of the show, we got a reveal of what the C button on the right Joy-Con was gonna do, and this is a bit of a weird feature. So a lot of people were thinking, oh, C button could be used to cast games to a bigger screen, or connect the Switch to the dock wirelessly to sort of emulate a Wii U setup. But no, the C stands for chat. The new game chat feature for the Nintendo Switch 2, which just looks like a straight rip of Discord. Like the green outlines on the chat bubbles and everything, it looks like an exact rip of Discord. So it's good that Nintendo is catching up with the rest of the industry when it comes to voice chat. I know they've been hesitant in the past because, being a very family-oriented company, they're very protective, I guess, of their customers when it comes to online interaction. But they did say that Switch 2 was compatible, like this game chat feature was compatible with parental controls. So I guess that's how they are monitoring that going forward. But yeah, it's like a basic chat feature. You can share your screen, like your gameplay, which looks shit, by the way. Like, I don't know if you guys were paying attention to the video feeds from the other people, but they looked so bad. Like, the resolution was crunchy as shit, and the frame rate, it was like 10 FPS. At least they're being honest, I guess, but it's not promising. Yeah. Oh, game share as well. That's a new feature. I guess it's kind of like a parallel to download play, what download play used to be on the Switch 1. No, not the Switch 1, like the DS and 3DS, where you didn't have anything on the Switch 1. But I don't think this is going to be a situation where it downloads a small portion of the game onto your system. I think it'd be more like just streaming it directly to another person's console and then doing it that way. So there might be some input delay, hopefully not a lot. Alright, a couple of the accessories that they showed off. New Pro Controller looks pretty much the same. I think they have anti-friction rings or like anti-friction material on the analog sticks, but that looks to be about the only difference. Oh, the GL and GR buttons, so they're adding paddles to the back of the controller that you can map to whatever you like. And I believe on the website they say you can assign those to different profiles. So that's good, that's cool. It's got a headphone jack as well. I assume it still has NFC. Yeah, basic upgrade to the Pro Controller. Pretty good, pretty good. The camera. This was part of the whole game chat presentation, but they have a new camera that it's pretty much just like a dodgy looking webcam that you can use to put your face in the video feed of the game chat feature, and also use it for a couple games. Like I think Mario Party Jamboree, the new version of Mario Party Jamboree has like a whole mode dedicated to using the camera for these weird effing features. So that's awesome. All right, I guess we're on to the games now. Mario Kart World. This is the new Mario Kart that's going to be releasing at the launch of the Switch 2 and as part of the bundle. This game looks fantastic. So graphically, it didn't blow me away. I mean, it's a Switch game, like it wasn't gonna. I guess it's as much of an upgrade over 8 as they could pump out of this new system. It's got a stylized art style, like the characters look really charming, kind of like a fusion of modern and retro designs for each of the characters. I find it really cute. And so the big headline feature of this Mario Kart is that it's now open world. So all of the tracks are in like this big like open world, and you drive between them to complete the Grand Prix, which is that's a really cool feature. They have this new Battle Royale mode where you kind of get eliminated if you're not in the top certain amount of players by a checkpoint. I think this has a lot of potential, this Mario Kart, for online play, fun online play. Local play, I'm hoping they just have a mode where you can blast through a Grand Prix like you used to, like just teleport to the start of each race without having to drive all the way to it. But yeah, no, this new Mario Kart looks fantastic. There's costumes for the characters. Maybe if I'm feeling like it, I'll do a bit more of a deep dive on this game, but because I'm just kind of skimming over it now. But yeah, looks solid. I'm excited to play it at launch. I did get the bundle. I pre-ordered the bundle, so I'll be able to play that at launch. 2 other big first-party Nintendo games. First being Kirby Air Riders. So there's not a lot known about this game so far. Only showed a cinematic trailer, but what we do know is that it's a sequel to the GameCube's Kirby Air Ride, the first sequel it's ever had. It's been over 20 years since Air Ride came out, so this is a long time coming. And Masahiro Sakurai is back in the director's chair for this sequel, which is very, very exciting. I was secretly hoping that he was working on Smash Brothers, like a new Smash Brothers. They didn't show Smash Brothers among the Switch 2 Enhanced Edition, Switch 2 Edition games. I'll get to those later, but we'll see what happens with Smash Brothers. But I'm still very, very happy that Kirby Air Ride is coming back. The next Nintendo game, or the third and final that they revealed to be Switch 2 exclusive, is Donkey Kong Bonanza. So this is the first 3D Donkey Kong game since 64, and it looks very Mario Odyssey-like. It looks fantastic. Like I think the character design of DK, I was a bit skeptical at first, but it's really grown on me. I really like how goofy he looks. He's very expressive. The worlds look magnificent. They look massive. They look like you can run around, go anywhere, do anything, break anything. So yeah, this is coming in July, so about a month and a bit after the Switch releases. Very excited for Donkey Kong. And then they went over a bunch of Switch 2 Edition games, so Switch 1 games that will be getting enhanced versions on the Switch 2, which of course you have to buy an upgrade for. I don't think they've revealed how much the upgrades cost, but if you want to buy the Switch 2 editions outright at a retail price, they are quite a bit more expensive than what the base Switch games cost. I believe the Switch 2 edition for Zelda Breath of the Wild is 104 Aussie dollars. That's pretty steep. I'm hoping the upgrade packs are reasonable. $20 tops. Otherwise, geez, mental, absolutely mental. So games that are getting the enhanced Switch 2 edition treatment include Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, Metroid Prime 4, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Super Mario Party Jamboree, and Pokemon Legends ZA, which is yet to release. That'll be coming later. Oh, I skipped a game. There is the Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour game that, like, looks kind of dodgy. So it looked cool at the very start, because it's kind of like, oh, this is a showcase of what the Switch can do kind of game, like the PS Vita Playground thing that they had, or even Astro's Playroom. Not quite as good of a game, like as good a looking of a game as Astro's Playroom, but it was like, okay, cool, introduce the features of the Switch 2, fantastic, whatever. But then they revealed that it was paid, like a paid download eShop game. It's like, who the fuck wants to pay for this? I assume it's gonna be like $10, $15. It's like, why would you bother? Unless it truly does have like a proper game snuck in there. But if it's just like a glorified tutorial, I don't know why you'd bother, honestly. Yeah, no, a bit fucking weird, to be honest. Let's see what else we got. Oh, Drag X Drive. So this was the game that was showcased as like the mouse mode, like the mouse mode game. So you are playing wheelchair basketball. So that's cool, but it looks like a bitch to control. You have both of the Joy-Cons in their mouse mode, and you have to like drag them across the table like a real wheelchair, I guess, to move anywhere, and you catch them, and it's all motion controlled. Very bizarre. Could be cool. Depends how much it costs. Like from the outset, it looks kind of basic. I'm expecting it to be like a downloadable title that is maybe $10, a quick couple games with friends, and kind of put it down after that, but I guess we'll see. This kind of brought the issue to my mind of the mouse things on the Switch wearing out over time. Like they could get really, you know what, issue for later. Another big reveal was Nintendo GameCube coming to Switch Online Plus expansion pack. That is very exciting. The launch games, there's going to be 3 launch games. Wind Waker, fantastic. F-Zero GX, also fantastic. Playing that online would be very, very fun. And Soul Calibur 2, the GameCube version of Soul Calibur 2. This is extremely exciting because this is the first re-release of this version of the game ever, and it is the definitive version of the game because it has fucking Link as a guest character, which they did show in the trailer, and I was unfathomably excited. So yeah, GameCube on Switch Online Plus expansion pack. Hopefully they don't hike the price of Switch Online going into the Switch 2 generation, but I guess we'll see. Alright. There was a bunch of third-party releases shown in like a big sequence, Scissor Reel even, couple from Capcom, Kunitsugami, and Street Fighter 6 getting a Switch 2 version, which is awesome. Bunch of Deltarune, chapters 3 and 4. I didn't know those were still coming out, so that's cool. Hades 2, Final Fantasy 7, bunch of big third-party releases, Elden Ring. So that's exciting to see. They do look like they're not running beautifully, but they look about on par with PC handhelds of the like. So that's pretty impressive. I was honestly expecting less. So 2 big third-party games revealed, one in collaboration with Nintendo and one, I believe, published by Nintendo? I guess we'll see. So the collab game is Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. When this was first showed, I was like, oh cool, Hyrule Warriors. Game kind of looks like it runs like shit. I don't know if anyone else got that impression, but when I was watching the trailer, I was like, the edges kind of look jaggedy, frame rate doesn't look fantastic. Looks better than Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, but that's not saying much. That game ran like garbage. But yeah, no, new Hyrule Warriors, exciting. I love Zelda. I'll buy it, of course. And then the big third-party reveal was a new FromSoft game, The Duskbloods. So when I first saw the trailer started, I was shitting myself thinking that we were getting a Bloodborne sequel. But then it kind of went into it a bit more, and it showed a bit more steampunky elements and co-op, and then it revealed that it was a new FromSoft IP, The Duskbloods, being released exclusively for Switch 2 in 2026. Incredibly exciting. So yeah, that's about all she wrote for games. Solid lineup. So yeah, as I said, Switch 2 releasing June 5th for 700 Australian dollars. Bundle with Mario Kart is $770. Oh, I wanted to quickly talk about the game prices. Why the fuck is Mario Kart by itself, the physical cartridge that I can buy from JB Hi-Fi, $114? That's more than any PS5 game that's come out. That's ridiculous. Like, I don't know if this is Nintendo combating like manufacturing costs. Like, when I first clicked on the JB Hi-Fi website and I scrolled to the Switch 2, like the brand new Switch 2 section that they had up, and I saw that Mario Kart was $114, I kind of had a mini heart attack. I was like, is this the end of physical game collecting if they're gonna be this much? Because I have a sneaking suspicion that the digital versions of the games are gonna be a bit cheaper. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is there. Donkey Kong is like $104. Like, oh, it's a bit rough, not gonna lie. I guess we'll see how that rolls out. But yeah, I bought the bundle with Mario Kart because it was just so much cheaper to get it as part of the bundle over buying the game separately. Crazy price situation, crazy. I saw on the Japanese website last night, just after the presentation, that they have a Japan-only version of the console, like Japanese language only version of the console that only accepts Japanese Switch accounts for like $200 less. I don't know, some weird fuckery going on with pricing of this. We'll see how it plays out. But thanks for watching this ET Updates video. That's about all I wanted to go over. I might go a bit more in depth with a couple topics here and there, maybe talk about the games in a bit more detail, but that was kind of the general overview of what happened with the Switch 2 presentation, my sort of initial thoughts on the matter. So yeah, thank you very much. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next episode.